Hey everyone, it's Carissa at Sprinkled with Glitter. Thanks for joining me today. Today I'm going to share a few projects that I made using some new products from Altenew. I'm going to be using these two products here. I have the Altenew Birthday Builder stamp set. Look at all of those happy birthday greetings. And the Bold Numerals die set, which is perfect to pair up together. Now, I did want to show you the Wild About You stamp and die combo. I love how this is a beautiful layering stamp set. On the back, there's a little key, and I absolutely adore that kind of brush script wild sentiment that's on the front there. And of course, the matching dies are available. But this little gal here is what I was super excited to show you today. This is the Altenew Mini Blossom die cutting machine. It is the cutest little die cutting machine that you ever did see. And I figured I would call it a gal because she has some, gold floral details on it. I'm going to unbox it for you so you can kind of see what it looks like when it comes in the box. It's very easy, ready to go, and you can see how compact this is. So you have this adorable little white die cutting machine. It measures 6 inches by 4¼ inches, and that does not include the handle. And your cutting plates are 3 inches wide by 6¼ inches long. It weighs just a couple of pounds, and it would be great to take with you. Or if you don't have a lot of room to always keep your larger die cutting machines out on your surface, it's perfect for that as well. So there are 2 cutting plates. There's an A and a B cutting plate, and I have those set off there to the left. And there's also little suction cups on the bottom, so you can put it onto your surface so that it's not moving around, but you can easily pop it off also. So that just kind of helps stabilize it. And this is where I didn't realize that the measurements were on the back of the box, and so I was trying to measure it for you, but the cutting plates, let me talk about those. There's one that's thicker than the other one. I am actually not sure if it's correct to cut into one and not the other. I went ahead and cut into the larger plate, and I will always keep the thinner plate on the top. That's just how I'm doing it. Maybe I'll figure out if that's right or wrong, or maybe it really doesn't matter. But I decided, since this is a smaller die cutting machine, to go ahead and just cut down some of my favorite cardstock to have the perfect size for die cutting on this machine. This would be also great for kind of those little images that you stamp and you color and you want to cut out. This is great. Or, little flower accents, little leaf accents, something like that. And I'm just going to run this through my machine, and it works really easily here. Now, I don't have it attached to my surface, so you can see it kind of wiggling around. And you can see when I remove my dies, it cuts beautifully. Now, would this take the place of a regular size, standard size die cutting machine? And I would say that would depend on the kind of crafting that you do. If you're cutting out smaller images and you don't find yourself cutting out things like bag dies or anything like that, this would be perfect for you. Or if you just want to kind of jump into the world of die cutting and you want to try something out before you invest in a large machine, this is definitely a great idea as well. Now, you can only cut dies that are as large as your plate allows. So this plate is 3 inches by 6¼ So that would be the maximum size die cut that you could create using this machine. So I did want to show you, as with any die cutting machine, when you cut into a plate, you're going to be left with cut marks on the plate. That's just the nature of manual die cutting, and it's totally normal. So I've die cut several of these 1s and 6s. My son is turning 16 in January. I can't even believe it. And I'm going to make a bunch of Sweet 16 cards. And I started out, I kind of sped this up because I have 3 cards to show you. So I didn't want to be here for, an hour and a half showing you these cards. But I started out by building a background with all of these different sentiments from the Birthday Builder. Now, I built it in my mini Misty originally, and I decided it wasn't large enough, so I carefully slid it over to my large size Misty. And I've just kind of lined these up, nestling them into each other, and then I inked them up with 3 different colors of Altenew inks to kind of show you an ombre version of this. I used the Volcano Lake, the Lagoon, and the Mountain Mist for this. So you can see you can also get a beautiful tone-on-tone effect, but I'm going to do a little emboss resist with it. So I've inked it up with my Versamark ink and I'm coating it in some clear embossing powder here. And then I'll just go ahead and heat set it. Now this is a large surface, so you may get a little bit of warping, but try to keep your heat tool moving so you can avoid that warping. And now I'm going to do a little Distress Oxide ink blending onto this panel, and just about maybe 2/3 of the way up, 3/4 of the way up. And I'm starting with the Abandoned Coral ink, and then I'm going to blend in the Worn Lipstick, and I'm just going to kind of fade that out to white. Now, when I got this all blended on here, and this is just regular Neenah Solar White, by the way, it blends beautifully on the Neenah cardstock, the Distress Oxide inks. But I decided I wanted to intensify the bottom edge, so I brought in a little bit of Candied Apple also. Now I just hit this with a little bit of the Sukanyeko Shimmer Spritz, and I'm going to adhere my die cut numerals, those bold numerals, onto this little heart die cut, and I just added an embossed sentiment using that same Birthday Builder stamp set, which is perfect for any birthday card that you need, and that finishes off my first card. Now the second card, I kind of wanted to make some banners. So I am just cutting down some strips of pattern paper here. This is from the Wild Child 6x6 paper pad for the girls. And I am just hand cutting all of these little banners. So I cut a slit in the middle, and then I cut from each corner up to that center slit to create my banner or pennant shape there. And then I just cut a little slit into my card front panel on each side so that I could nestle that twine that I'm using into those slits and it would stay in place. And then I just adhered it on the back using some strong adhesive. So now I'm just fussing with my little banner shapes here, kind of creating an arrangement of these banner shapes for each side of my little 16 that's hanging there from that adorable twine. And when I get the arrangement like I want it, I am going to attach it onto my card front using some foam adhesive. So once again, I just finished this card off with the white heat embossed sentiment from that Birthday Builder stamp set and a few of these colorful gems from Lucy's Little Things, or Little Things from Lucy's. And that is my second card for today. My third card is a little shaker card, and what I've done is I've die cut the 16 into my card panel, and this is a linen cardstock panel, and then I'm attaching on the back of it a piece of clear window acetate. So I have that all ready to go for my shaker, and to attach that little centerpiece, I just left it in the die and then nestled it back in, put adhesive on the back, and then just pressed it onto that acetate. Now I've built my foam adhesive up around that 16 so that I can keep all of my sequins and shaker guts inside of that area, and I've put foam adhesive all over the back of the card panel there. And I am going to close it up using a piece of floral pattern paper there so that you can see not only the sequins through it, but that pattern paper. Once again, I have my little heat embossed sentiment there along the bottom that I just did on a black strip. And then, of course, more banners. I don't know. I'm going into this banner phase right now. I finished it off with some sparkling clear sequins, and you can see the little star confetti sequins and the seed beads that I used inside that shaker, and I just love that shaker card. Now, here is what I really set out to do. I set out to make my son a birthday card. And so here it is. Again, I have actually left all of those sentiments on my Misty, and I've just stamped that with Versamark ink and added some clear embossing powder, and I'm clear heat embossing this entire panel. So it gives me that beautiful kind of shiny tone-on-tone effect. Now I'm going to take several of these 1s and 6s and stack them up to make this really kind of thick looking embellishment. And I'm just using some tape runner adhesive for it today because these were wide enough to do that. And I am going to add my white heat embossed sentiment on that black cardstock kind of across this card here. I attached my 16 and I'm finishing my card off with some orange Nouveau drops. And I used the sequins on the card to kind of help me position where I wanted my orange Nouveau drops. And that finishes off my masculine version for today. So there you have it, 4 different card ideas featuring the new Birthday Builder stamp set from Altenew, along with the Bold Numerals die set and that adorable Mini Blossoms die cutting machine, which is great for taking with you. As always, I will have links to the featured products in the description at YouTube, but be sure to head on over to my blog because I will have more information, more still shots, and information on a giveaway over there, so you don't want to miss that. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss any of my card making video tutorials. As always, thanks for watching, and until next time, I hope you have a fabulous day.